Hey everyone, check this out, okay? This is good information. We have Genius's performance for 2024. And I think this is good info because what you had prior to 2024 is you had, Genius has been out for a year and a half about. What you had was a bunch of moon boys and stuff, or maybe not moon boys, but you had a lot of FOMO, right? Look at this. Like, I'm not going to avoid the reality that Genius is down at least 95%. But I want to bring to the reality, what does Genius promise? Genius promises that the AI itself gets control of the supply and demand, the demand influence, to, well, curve itself upwards and become more valuable over time. So here with Ethereum, right, I'm going to give an example here. Here's Pulse Chain all the way on this side to the right. Let's look here first, all right? But I'm going to bring up the actual chart and show you what this means, because Pulse Chain gives a really good example of it. Now, this is from the very beginning of 2024, all right? Beginning of 2024. And what this reads is that this area here is point A. It's the beginning of the year, the opening height. And what you almost always see is the first 2 weeks of a year, you see investors, family offices, or whatever, you see people moving money in regards to tax purposes. Maybe they're moving things that are more liquid, because when it's more liquid, you can, at your command, do something with it. You can't just say, hey, everybody, let's change our portfolio, or let's do necessary tax things we need to do in the first 2 weeks with our real estate. You just can't say that unless you're eating the price. You know, you're giving a huge discount, losing tremendous value in your real estate just to meet a goal. So what are these very liquid assets? They are cryptocurrencies and other cash equivalent assets. Maybe gold too, but point is, you see that almost always within the first 2 weeks. And this is more of a societal thing. And then here, part B, you have this opening depth. So the depth is really lower, but it doesn't matter. The point is, right, when you get enough data of volatility, the point is you want to find the average of that volatility. Now, that's going to depend on your volume, but as you can see here, the volume is roughly the same during this period. It's roughly the same. So it's an average amount of volume, okay? And you take the slope of that, right? You take the slope of that. And what you end up running into is you have this other thing here. I think the slope is actually this. All right, so this picture here to the right will be a little inaccurate, but point is, then you have these equal slopes. You see this with rainbow charts all the time, but ultimately this graph can't always show you reality, but it can kind of show you how the norm is changing. And that can also show you how the norm is changing based on influences such as quarterly cycles with companies, financial companies, even the lunar cycles, even 2-week cycles of people getting their paychecks every 2 weeks, or what is on the minority are the 2-week cycles for, not 2-week cycles, but the 2 times a month cycles for the minority of people who get paid at the 1st of the month and the 15th of the month. I don't think those ones are significant, but it's just an example. So here, what you have is, you have C, the average volatility, all right? And that's what this thing here represents, this image that I'm about to post online. And what you have is, in quarter 2 of this year, 2024, which, by the way, the price of Genius is up like more than 3x on Pulse Chain. But the question is this price going to stay? You don't know. I don't know the future either. But here it's like, it probably won't. This price probably won't stay. After all, people who had made money, they all have a price. Some of them want to grab that money early. Some of them see the future. The minority sees the future. So here, what you have is your average volatility becomes, or it looks like it has become, the new low. The new low for quarter 2, 2024. That's incredibly useful information. It's incredibly useful information because if this trend continues, which well, anyways, if this trend, if this trend continues, your new low will rise again, and then will rise again. Can this happen with Genius AI? Well, for one, the Genius AI enforces this. It modifies its supply and changes its influence demand to do this over time. When the upgrades for Genius AI are out, when the Genius AI upgrades are out, we'll also have the short-term AI working. The short-term AI can make changes that you see here instantaneously, which is amazing. Or within the short period, within less than 90 days. But here you see the AI in action, and what I'm learning about Genius AI is that its action is successful over a 90-day period or a quarterly period, such as what you see here. So anyways, when Genius goes up high in price, people sell, people stop their commitments, and Genius AI learns that, the price may be higher. Let's raise the floor somehow. The floor is raised with supply and demand influence, etc. Purposes, I don't want to get too wordy here, but purposes for those who understand and those who follow and those who can simplify this message, please help me do so. That'd be great. Make memes, make infographics, even a response video with how you feel about this. But to finish reading this chart here, and to finish the thought from earlier, what you do have is that you kind of have like what a lot of traders draw, which is like a rainbow chart showing, the more likely where the price is going to be. But here I'm just illustrating that you have an average volatility floor that becomes the new low right here. And then you have a new volatility floor, which looks like we're about to discover where that new volatility floor is. And that new volatility floor, because of how Genius works, can be put on the market, and not put on the market, but later illustrated on the market. What we have from here is we have E. So that's the new low. So this is super bullish information that I wanted to share with you all. If you look at Genius's price, here I'm attempting to do the same on Ethereum, because that price we just saw was with Pulse Chain, beginning 2024 year and watching it till now. And then here, this has the same thing. However, I think it's much better to follow that same slope. We have a low here that kind of stayed this way, or maybe the new Q2 low became this area. It really looks like it has. So we see that progressing. And with that continuing, this is an excellent price to get Genius. In fact, it's an excellent price to put up liquidity for Genius, because as price rises, you earn fees. As volatility happens, you earn those fees. And with the risen price, not only do you have Genius that is worth the same amount as the dollar amount, but you have a higher amount of US dollars in your liquidity pool that you can pull from anytime without suffering any slippage on the price. And liquidity here is pretty low across Ethereum. Maybe all of Ethereum, it's about $60,000 of liquidity, maybe 70,000, which is like 5% of the market cap. So maybe 8% of the market cap. Well, it says here almost 10% of the market cap, which is healthy as it grows. But let's look at Binance. Binance, I think a better way to draw it really is this. Binance, you have like the same thing going on. And look at that. Binance is up 60% today. Hold on a second. That's awesome. Someone added liquidity here. Very cool. Okay, they added one-sided liquidity? I don't know. I'll inspect that later. And then here you have Polygon, price of Genius on Polygon. Where's your 2024? Yep, 2024 is like right at the beginning here. I don't need it that stretched, do we? I guess so. The price increase is more than 3x from where I have this low. It's more than 3x, but as you can see, the like opening depth for the first 2 weeks of January is significantly lower than I have it. Okay, I should really raise it. I mean, volume looks pretty steady-ish except for these huge sales. But look at these huge sales. There's been like a lot more sales, but this price, man, this price just keeps going. So where we're at now, this may be where the price pops down to. Like 0.6, yeah, 0.6, 5 zeros and a 6. So Polygon is going great if this trend continues. Remember, this trend continues because of the AI's influence. Also because the influence of people learning more about Genius and Genius making sense. The more people at Genius make sense, the better. And I think it makes complete sense. We're using AI to write better. We're using AI to generate fun, cool images. We're using AI to get inspirational ideas for music. AI for self-driving cars, AI to avoid collisions. We use AI all over the place, including even, I mean, technically, the writing and the proofreading that happens when we write in general is artificial intelligence. But here, is financial AI. Doesn't it just make complete sense that people use financial AI in the future? And Genius is the first financial AI. Sort of like ChatGPT was this awesome LLM, was this awesome, language modeling thing. All right, so Polygon looks the same, and these are all different chains that Genius is running on. All right, Avalanche. I'm gonna pop something more like this for Avalanche. Local lows more like this. All right, and then you have Pulse Chain. So, all right, I just wanted to give you a quick explainer on this image that I posted. And I mean, today has just been incredible for Genius. Last week was incredible. Well, I mean, last week I think was okay. 2 weeks ago was pretty great. Genius is looking super bullish. It's kind of like a calm down bull market as it is anyways. And yeah, I want you all to have this information, to know this, and to see something very exciting going on with financial AI that is meant to make an economy such as Genius stronger over time, drive you yield, as in get you paid, and help you save your tokens so that they're worth more in the future. Now that the AI has much more control over its price, now that the AI has learned how to change its parameters based on its users' actions, this is the most bullish thing in crypto right now. And it has the narrative, artificial intelligence. And there's market fit. This is for people who want to save. This is for people who want to make money. This is for people who want to drive yield. You can get decentralized yield here. This is for people who want yield that is from real sources of revenue, instead of it just being artificial inflation like pretty much every other token, except for things like DBZen, TitanX, whatever. You have the fees of new users coming in. New users don't like to pay fees, and Genius does not tax users. It does not charge them new fees. This is the narrative that people want, and this is why I'm still super bullish about it after like more than 2 years of Genius's design coming together, and more than that of years of just research tokenomics, chatting tokenomics all the time. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. See ya.